back and better than everybody on a Friday, episode number 19. Wow, can't believe it. Wade, what's going on, brother? How are you? Good to see you again, man.
Hey man, glad to see you. It's been what, a whole week since we've done a show.
Oh, yeah, busy. Both of us traveling this week. You down to Texas. I went down to Georgia for the Braves game. So just real life stuff going on, but good to be back here on Dueling Aces. And you're looking good, man. Decked out in the athletics gear. I like it. Brings me back to my glory days of the Bash Brothers, where we had Canseco McGuire knocking the cover off the ball back in the day. Man, I miss those days.
that was maybe a little bit before my time. I've been a little too young to be remembering that. You probably can't guess who this jersey is, though. I'll give you one shot. It was from the 2000s, though.
2000s, I would say Miguel Tejada.
Nope, he was on that.
Not,
He was
not Tim Hudson.
Nope. You got one more, man. I will give you one more.
It has to be a pitcher then. Is it Zito?
No, it's not a pitcher. I'll give you that.
Not a
I'll
man.
say he's a shortstop.
Shortstop. It had to be Tejada then, right?
Nope. Oh,
Wouldn't
Bobby
Pop?
Crosby.
Oh wow, yeah, I would never got
I know.
that
Do
one.
you remember him?
I do, but yeah, that was not what I was. That was not what I was thinking. Oh, Crosby, I love it.
I loved
Nice.
him. He's actually, I know Mark Kotze, I believe named him. He was a first base coach last year. I'm not sure if he's still the first base coach, but he's coaching. So
That's awesome, man. That's all. It's funny. I met Kotze in Atlanta when he was outfielder for the Marlins. I got to meet Kotze
wow,
for a game, a card for me. So it's like, yeah, it's wild, man. All these,
wow,
I feel old, man, because a lot of these guys that are coaching now, I remember them when they played, and I think I told you a few episodes ago. Bobby Witt Jr. is big time, but I was collecting Bobby Witt Sr.'s baseball cards back in 1990 when he's pitching for
sure.
the Rangers. So,
Yep, yep.
man, it's a good thing I shaved my head so I can hide all my gray hair. But.
No, man, it's always good to kind of look back and see some of these players. You kind of forget some of these guys that you used to watch, honestly, if the name doesn't pop up, man. Yeah, figured I'd throw this on for today's show. But man, a lot of injuries are creeping up in baseball lately, and you got some pitchers coming back too. But man, the Dodgers, I think they're gonna have to get things together because their Padres are coming.
Yeah, yeah, they are. I mean, yeah, it's a great call, man. I mean, injury, the bad injury bug bites everybody. It just kind of depends on in sports. It's not if you get hurt, it's when you get hurt. And I guess it just must be the Dodgers' time for bad luck. Yamamoto just hit the IL. They were kind of being shady on reporting what it was. Finally, come out strained rotator cuff. Obviously, that is not good for a starting pitcher. According to the Dodgers trainer, it's going to be out, quote, a few weeks. I don't know what that means. What's a few? Is that 2 weeks? Or is that 10 weeks? I don't know. Everything I've read on the reports are being real vague as far as the timeline. And also, Mookie Betts gets hit right in the hand. Dear Lord, I don't know if you saw that or not. It looked painful, man.
Yep.
So his hand's all messed up. He's going to be out quite a while too. Maybe, gosh, probably a couple of months. So really hurts the Dodgers, man. Anytime you lose, I think Yamamoto is easily their second best starter outside of Glass now. So that hurts. And then when you lose a guy like Betts, even though you still got Otani and you still got several other good bats in the lineup, but you're gonna miss a guy like Betts, who I think was probably right in the mix for NL MVP. Two huge losses for the Dodgers. Maybe now it's a time for the Braves to maybe make a move. I hope because earlier on it was the Braves with the bad injury luck with Acuna and Strider, and now that it's kind of worked its way around the Dodgers, maybe this is the time that some other teams maybe make a move here as far as maybe getting best NL record. I don't know. Atlanta's a long way back from that. Heck, they're still a long way behind Philly for the NL East. But it's early though, man. Still a lot of time. Still got about 3 weeks or so to the All Star break. Um, so yeah,
It's gonna be tough, man. I know the Braves are they still have a pretty nice lead on the wild card, but that lead is dwindling, I think, every day. There's a lot of teams in the mix there. So we'll see, man. Yankees, Aaron Judge got very lucky, not having a broken hand as well. He definitely lucked out a little bit more than Mookie Betts. So Yankee fans should be happy about that. Obviously, I never want anybody to get hurt. It kind of hurts the game when the best players are out of baseball. Obviously,
Like,
we want baseball to grow. So when you don't have the best players out there, it's just tough to get people to watch. So at least I'm happy for that Aaron Judge didn't hit the DL either. We're not big Yankee fans on this show, so if he would have been out for a few weeks, that would have been fine. But it looks like he came right back in, and really, I don't know if the Dodgers are going to skip a beat with Betts being out. They've moved Otani up to leadoff spot, and then yesterday he hit a leadoff home run to start the game. And then Will Smith and Freeman, they all had, I think they hit back-to-back home runs yesterday. So even with one guy going down on the Dodgers, they still have so many players. It's gonna be still gonna be tough to take them out. But speaking about the Aaron Judge, and anyways, the man, what about the series coming up? Braves and Yankees this weekend. I know the
dude,
Braves have been a little down, but I truly believe they're turning a corner. Man, they've had a couple good games here recently where they've been really hitting the ball. They have a good matchup today against Carlos Rodon, left-handed pitcher. I think 4 or 5 of their top hitters hit left-handers pretty well. So I wouldn't be surprised if they keep him away from going past 6 innings today. And who knows, the Braves may be able to take this series. We just saw the Orioles take 2 games from the Yankees. I think the same thing can happen here.
yeah, that's a great point, Wade. I mean, you know your stuff, man. It's I went down. I think we talked about. I went down to Atlanta and watched the Braves
Yeah.
kick the crap out of Tarek Skubal and the Tigers. I was a little worried about that because Skubal's one of our best guys to bet on usually,
Yep.
and
Yep.
but man, the bats have finally up. I think really what happened was when Acuna got hurt, all the other guys in the lineup just started pressing too much. They started just, almost like they panicked and just tried to, up there trying to hit a 5-run homer every time, which obviously you can't do. But they're just pressing. Man, they're on a roll now. Won 6 out of their last 7. New York, on the other hand, kind of scuffling a little bit. They're 2-5 their last 7. Also, just think Atlanta's catching them at the right time. Really like how this sets up for the Braves with Sale going tonight. Really like Chris Sale. I think he's got a great shot at winning NL Cy Young. Also like that Max Fried's going in Game 3. Game 2 is a little iffy with our old man Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton is literally my age, and he's pitching at big league. So hats off to you, Charlie. I love you, man, but I don't know how much we can trust him on Saturday going against Marcus Stroman. That might be a tough one. But yeah, I'm with you, man. Atlanta, if they were ever going to win a series against the Yanks, it sets up perfectly for them. Also, fun little tidbit here. Yankees are technically the best team in baseball from an offensive standpoint, but they're just 13th in WRC plus against lefties. So it sets up nice for Atlanta throwing 2 of their best pitchers, obviously both of them lefties. As far as bullpens go, I have the Braves slightly better than the Yankees as a bullpen, and so that's another nice little edge. But I think you could be on to something there. That might be a nice little sprinkle bonus bet there. Maybe taking Atlanta to win the series. You can get that for plus money right now. DraftKings plus 110 might be a good look there if you want. I'll series bets every once in a while because you can stay in action all weekend long with just one wager. Just got to take 2 out of 3. I don't play them often, but every once in a while you see one that just jumps out. This is one right here. I think we're just books are inflating the Yankees number just because Judge is back in the lineup and he did hit his 27th bomb yesterday. I see why.
Yeah.
It's hard to fade that and John Carlos Stanton in there. I think the Braves are maybe, oh, man, I don't know. See,
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. My hope is that Chris Sale can go at least 7 innings today to give the bullpen relief so that they are able to pull Morton if they need to. Maybe Morton can just go 4 innings for him tomorrow and not get destroyed. So we'll have to see, man. It's gonna be a tough go tomorrow for sure. So it'd be nice for them to get off to the right start and grab a win against the Yankees on Friday night.
yeah,
And talking about the Yankees, the Red Sox, they're gonna have to be on point here because the obviously the Orioles just took 2 or 3 of them. The Red Sox are coming now in the rankings. I think their pitching staff's starting to align well. Their hitters are starting to hit. They're gonna have their hands full in the second half, man.
I agree, man. Couldn't agree more. I was shocked when I saw this morning on MLB.com. Boston's actually won 5 straight. You'd never know it. They're not really getting much pub this year just
Yeah.
because the East is so loaded with the Orioles and the Yanks both kind of fighting it out. But man, I've been impressed with their lineup. Duran's hitting the ball well. Devers is a threat to go deep. And one of our favorite pitchers going tonight, Cutter Crawford. Cutter has a wicked cutter. Who would have thought? It's just fitting. But they got a good series against the Reds. I think they should be able to stay hot against Cincy. I like Cincy. They're kind of a local team close here to Tennessee, but yeah, I just don't think Cincy has the pitching outside of Lodolo. They don't really have much that does much for me as far as the starters are concerned. So it wouldn't surprise me if Boston takes 2 out of 3 from Cincinnati and stays hot. Also, this was a good catch by you, Mr. Wade. Got to also give a tip of the cap to the Mets. I know you was wanting to talk about them a little bit. They've been coming back. Oh my.
They are a half game out of the wild card, my friend. I know they're still. That's they're. If I'm not mistaken. I thought they won. Yeah, they're 8-2 in their last 10 games. I think their hitting's starting to come around. I don't really believe in their pitching much. Severino's been okay. Um,
Yeah.
but I just this NL wild card is shaping up to be fantastic. You've got the Braves, who are 5.5 games above the Cardinals. Cardinals are in second place right now, half game back of them. But then you've got, um, I guess, really two teams, Padres and Diamondbacks, right there nipping at the tail of the Cardinals to get into that second spot. And then behind them, you've got the Pirates and you got the Nationals that are both a half game out. And then you've got the Cubs and the Mets who are 1 game out. And then you've got the Giants and the Reds who are 1.5 game out. So, I mean, within a week, 7, 8 of these teams can just move around, play. I feel like they're just going to be playing riding the carousel here. And every week you're going to see a couple different teams shipped up and down. Really, the only two teams that are out of it right now are the Rockies and the Marlins. So, I'm excited for the second half, man. I think I'm going to be paying more attention to the NL just because of the tight race. The AL teams are starting to pull away. After the Red Sox, they're 1 game out of the wild card. Behind them, the next closest team is 5 games out, and the rest of the teams in the AL are 5 or more games out of the wild card. So, the NL is shaping up to be exciting, man. Injuries are going to play a big role. Starting pitching is going to play a big role. So, yeah, it's exciting, man. This is a great time to be watching baseball.
Yeah, it is, and I'll have to admit I wasn't crazy about baseball expanding the wild card. I'm kind of an old baseball purist, but I got to admit I was wrong. It has made the game better, expanding the wild card, giving more of the mid market teams a chance, to make the postseason. It also makes it where more teams are more likely to make moves at the trade deadline, which I think also creates some interest, creates some buzz in the sport a little bit, around the trade deadline. So yeah, I've come around on the wild card. I like the new format where you're giving more teams a chance. So hey, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong on that one. I didn't like it initially, but yeah, I'm coming around on that. Also think I like the new rule changes too. I like, the fact that we're getting more stolen bases in the game again because of the rule changes. I'm shocked I even admit this. I do like the pitch clock even. I like shortening the games. I just think it's gonna get more fans interested, and you can sit down and watch a 2 hour baseball game instead of a 3.5 hour baseball game. That's a lot more feasible for most folks because, everybody's busy. Oh, yeah.
I agree. I like the pitching clock changes. I just think it makes the whole game go faster. The pitchers work faster. Has it added to more injuries in the pitching game? It's hard to say. Um, I don't know. That's something they probably need to just pay attention to more than anything is just injuries. Um, Injury rate versus before pitch clock and after pitch clock. That's maybe the most concerning thing that I have for it. Other than that, it's been great. I know families don't want to spend 4 hours at a baseball game. So no, it's been terrific, man. I mean, it's especially today. There's just a lot going on. People are busy, so they don't want to commit an entire night to baseball, and I get it, man. But I think with the way I think the media is positioning baseball, ESPN starting to put it out more. I think with the best teams, the biggest teams in baseball actually being good now, with the Yankees finally turning the corner. You just have more fans watching baseball this year. It's always better when the best teams and the biggest markets are doing well. We just don't like to watch them win. So
Yeah.
we like to watch them get into the playoffs, and then we like to watch them choke as well. So that's always fun. And this year is going to be very exciting. I think we're going to have a strong playoff race, strong playoff teams. Um, May even see a Dodgers Yankees World Series this year. Who knows? And if that happens, obviously it's going to be probably one of the more watched World Series in the recent history. So can't hate on that. If it grows the game, it grows the game. But yeah, we'll see how the second half plays out, man.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, as much as I would hate to see that, because I hate both those teams, if it would probably do wonder. It would obviously do wonders for ratings for baseball, and you might get some, younger fans interested, which is my main concern with the game as a whole. Is they're not reaching a younger demographic. A lot of the baseball fans around are 40 years old or older, like myself, and so you're not really a lot of younger kids these days, man. They're just not into it. They're more into basketball, football, soccer, tennis, golf, all the other things. There's so many other options out there. So anything that helps grow baseball, I'm all for it, even if it is, you know, not two least favorite teams making it making it the World Series. But
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I know some people out there just may not like sports betting, but I believe sports betting has also become so popular that it's maybe people aren't watching the games as much, but I think it does. I think it attracts more people to kind of keep an eye on what their bets are doing, and if they can't watch the games, they're at least online on the websites checking out game scores and game casts and box scores and keeping attention on baseball. So I think betting's actually helped grow some of the game a little bit, getting more people involved. So. Speaking about bets, let's jump right into the best bets of the day. What do you got today, my friend? What are you liking? I know there's a lot of good pitchers going today.
go, yeah, man. I always love the Friday slate. It's always a
Yeah.
full packed 15 game
Yep.
card like we talk about. Only negative is I always have a hard time deciding on the best bet for the show just because the card's so packed. But yeah, I do got four best bets up over at bettersinsider.com. We're still posting there every day. Also got a bonus bet over on ewatchbet.com where also Wade has a bonus bet posted there. So check both those out, ewatchbet.com and bettersinsider.com. But yeah, let's get into the pick here. Free pick here for the show. Gonna ride with one of my guys, man, George Kirby, to get the win tonight. Best line -105 at DraftKings. Kirby's burned me a few times this year, man. He can sometimes give up the long ball, but otherwise, I really like this kid. He's 26 years old, got a 96-mile-an-hour sinker, gets good extension. I'm a big extension guy, so it looks more like 99 to the hitter. He's just the kind of guy I like to bet on. Why? His strikeout rate's really high and his walk rate's really low. He's one of the best control pitchers in the game. A lot of guys that throw hard like Kirby don't necessarily have good command, but it's never been a problem with him. We see it a lot. He just hardly ever walks. Most of the time, he walks zero. Every once in a while, walk one, but even that's kind of a rarity for this kid. I really like him. Only hang up with Kirby, I wish he would pitch, and we've talked about this in a prior episode. I wish he would pitch more up in the zone as far as his fastball. He throws 96 with his four seamer as well, but he grooves it a little too much down around the belt. If he would throw that up more chest high, I think he'll get more swings and misses out of the zone against some of these hitters. Marlins, they don't walk much at all either, and I think that he could rack up some Ks, but I'm not going to play him on the Ks. I'm just going to play him to get the win. Seattle, they've burned me a few times this year, but I'm going to hang with him here. Kirby may only be 6-5 on the year, but he suffered a little bit of tough luck. His expected ERA, I think, is down around 3.11 or so. I think he's still a top 20 pitcher in my book. Also helps Miami's throwing a lefty, Trevor Rogers. Not really big on this kid. I think it helps though. The M's just saw a lefty in Logan Allen yesterday. Did pretty well against him. So yeah, I like Kirby to get the win. I think we're getting a good price here, -105 at DK. If you wanted to go the money line route, I think it's -165 or so on the Mariners. I don't hate it, just a little bit too juicy. I think Kirby pitches a gem here. Doesn't give up. If he gives up a run, I could see that, but really don't see him giving up more than one run. So yeah, let's ride with the Mariners over the Marlins. What about you, my man, Mr. Wade? What prop do you got cooking in the kitchen over there? You're still killing it for your subscribers. Uh, yeah, y'all sign up for Wade's service, guys. Can't beat it. 15 bucks a month. But right now he's gonna give you a free bet. So what do you got?
Yeah, thanks, man. No, I really like that look. Um, I think one of the bigger things there is they're seeing Trevor Rogers tonight. I think he's had maybe one or two really good starts. Other than that, I think they can. Mariners offense will be able to get to him. It's tough to bet on the Mariners offense to give you much, but I think this is a good matchup for them to exploit against a left-handed pitcher. He's like the books expect Kirby to reach sixth or seventh inning today, so I think it's a very fantastic look based on the outs line. He shouldn't walk a lot. The Marlins are actually K'ing a lot too, so yeah, we'll see. I think he'll be able to navigate this lineup pretty well today, which I absolutely love to play. I'm
Good
gonna
deal.
actually go. We're gonna stick down in Florida with a pitcher from Florida going against the Pittsburgh Pirates in Pittsburgh today. We're gonna
Mhm.
go with the Ryan Pepio. Um,
Yeah, one of the
I
guys.
believe, yeah, we gave him over 16 and a half outs today for minus 115 on DraftKings.
Nice.
Great line. His line opened up at 15 and a half, but for some reason, none of the books were letting us get it this morning. And then once he moved to 16 and a half, um, it still looked really good. Obviously, you know the Pirates, and most people that watch baseball know the Pirates are struggling mightily right now. Um, he's been great on the road. He's other than his last start versus the Braves, which is one of those games that I think they've really turned a corner. He's hit 18 plus in all of his games on the road. He's hit 4 or 5. Pirates are hitting bottom 10 versus right-handed pitchers over the last 30 in almost every category. Um, they're 22nd in average, going 2.229. Their on base percentage is 25th. Their OPS is 23rd. They're just not seeing the ball very well. Then on the other side, you've got Ryan Pepio, who sits at the 91st percentile in K rate. He's pushing 29% strikeout rate. He's got a whip of 1.08, which is fantastic for how many starts he's had this year. And he's only allowing a .214 batting average. Um, just those stats alone, it's just hard not to take him. We just saw Hunter Green shut this lineup down a couple days ago, and
Mhm.
I think him and Pepe were kind of right there, step in step, same type of pitcher. Should have 5 6 strikeouts today. Heck, you may be able to run the ladder up on him today. Um, I don't. He has faced Pittsburgh before, but that was back when he wasn't really a full starter. Um, yeah, I just like this look, man. Their lineup, even against him, they only have two batters who have seen him really well. First right-handed pitchers, they only have three batters that hit over 250. Um, so I think this is just a pretty good look on the road for him to get a bounce back spot after that Braves fiasco. So I'm gonna go with Pepio today. We lost his last one, but that's not gonna scare me off this. He was playing facing the Braves last game, so we'll give that one, and then I'm actually gonna go ahead and give a bonus play.
Yeah,
Um,
come on. Woo!
we've had to stay off this pitcher all year. Last year, we probably hit 20 or 25 bets of taking Kirby walks under 1.5 line, but they just won't give it to us anymore. He just doesn't walk two guys enough. The books are smarter than that. We were lucky enough to hit Eflin under a half walk when they faced this same Marlins team a week or two ago. So we're gonna give this out. It was plus 150 on Bet 365 is to take Kirby under a half walk.
Love
Um,
it.
Marlins are last in the MLB in walks. And he's coming off a game where he just walked the Rangers twice. Um, so it's a really good bounce back spot for him. Usually when he has a two walk game, he'll bounce right back. Last year he had a couple, but some of those like he had a two walk game and then he went and traveled to Houston. So and then he gave up one walk. So it's I think it's just a matchup dependent on how he's coming off of a two walk game against the Rangers. Um, I did tell my subscribers to be ready because this game starts at 7:10, and if he happens to have an early walk, his line's probably going to move to 1.5. It's probably going to be juiced to the under, but we're probably going to hit that. So this is one of those plays where You might be able to save some of your skin if he walks one because the chances of him walking two are very low. Um, Kind of like yesterday, we had Zach Little under 1.5. He actually went over. Same thing applied yesterday, but we missed the opportunity yesterday to take him over 1.5 at plus money to kind of hedge your bet and profit either way. But I don't think today you can't risk taking Kirby over 1.5 walks. So I think the best play here is if he walks one early, let's jump on his under 1.5. I hope it's like minus 135, minus 140. I have a feeling it's going to be more like 170 or something if it does jump up to 1.5. So you might have to be ready to have another play to put with it if you don't want to play the juice. Um, but there's enough late games tonight. We should be able to find something to pair it with if we get to that point. Live lines move fast, so this is a gamble. But one I'm willing to take with him today. If it misses, it misses. But I'm gonna jump on this one just for the matchup. So George
Yeah.
Kirby, Seattle under half walk today, plus 150 on Bet 365.
I was so excited when I saw this on your sheet just because it was I didn't play it, but it was on my short list as well. I haven't dabbled in the walk market yet, but I'm working on in the background, working on a little adding that to my stat spreadsheet and really crunching numbers on walks, and that's one of the ones that popped up. Like you nailed it. Just for matchup purposes only. I love, it's the dynamic duo of a guy with great control. His median walk number this year zero zero. That's his median, right? So and that right there tells us we're getting plus money, at under a half, and his median zero. So obviously, it's kind of tough with it being a half because it's kind of a yes no thing. But still, the fact, like you said, the Marlins they do not like to walk. There's a saying. What is it down in Dominican Republic? You can't walk off the island. So
Yep.
a lot of Latino players they don't like to walk. Um, you know, and the Marlins got a team of guys that just like to swing the bat. So I think it's a good play, man, especially at that nice plus money price. I think you're on the right track with something here, Big Wade.
And that was a half unit, by the way. I'm not laying a full unit on that play. But they have one batter who's their leadoff batter, Chisholm. He has an 8.7 walk rate. And literally everybody else on their team is at 7% or less, and almost everybody is at 5 or less. So it's those top three guys that are 8.7, 6.4, and 7.1. Everybody else is under 5. So if he can avoid those first three guys, um, it's tough, man. It's tough for a pitcher. Obviously, our one, I'd say, um, stat that kind of made us maybe pause on this a little bit before we dove into it was he has a good chance to reach 7 innings.
Yeah,
I think it's
going
very tough
deeper,
for a
you
pitcher
worry.
to go 7 innings to not pitch to
Yeah,
not have one walk,
yeah,
especially if you get in trouble and I don't know you got Josh Bell coming up or something and they've got a guy on or something. They just don't want to risk letting him rip one. They may just put him on. They may just walk around him. It's just one of those lineups you just don't see a whole lot of damage being done. Even Tim Anderson, you just can't be scared of him anymore. So. Um, I don't see why he would be afraid to pitch to any of these guys. He had 0 walks against them last year when he pitched against them. So basically same lineup. Let's run it back.
yeah. I love it. I mean, my hope there because obviously I'm playing on him to get the win. I'm hoping Seattle's bats. They've come around a little bit recently. Hoping they stay hot. Maybe get Kirby a 2-3 run lead early. Then he's just not going to be afraid to attack the zone even more than he already does. So yeah, good find, Wade. I love it, man. But yeah, before we get off here, get ready for the weekend. Tell everybody about your service and what you're providing, and hype up the Discord, man. I know it's
Yeah.
it's 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 a typical Wade baseball season. I think he's already up over 80 units. So what do you got to lose, man? Jump on board today. We've talked about it a lot on here, but even an average week for Wade, he's going to profit 5 units for you. So even a $10 better is going to make $50 a week with his service. More than covers the $15 a month purchase price. It's really just a nice tip for Wade for all of his long hours of research. Just highly recommend checking him out. Sign up, try it for a week, and then just count all your cash after 7 days, and then you'll be ready to sign up for the real deal service.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that, man. Yeah, we right now we're running a promo. If you want to join us before July 1st and you lock in that price with us on WAP.com, you will be grandfathered into that price forever. Right now, we're at $15 a month. I do expect that to go up. I put a lot into hours into this research, graphics, working on some cheat sheet stuff for our members as well to help them. As you know, people don't want to pay for props.cash or they don't want to pay for outlier.bet or they don't have time to research, but they like to make their own bets as well as hail somebody. We're gonna start giving out some cheat sheets in the future. Try to make our Discord a little bit more, I guess, user friendly. Let people come in and give them up and front statistics and let them make their own plays and parlays if they like. Just it's one of those things where I believe I'm one of the better MLB cappers out there. And we put a lot of work into this. That's why we do this show, just to try to get our name out there. Talk about baseball anyway. It's kind of just fun for us. But yeah, man, with WAP.com, you can go there and look up top flight bets. You can go to my X account and there's a link in the bio. Anybody that wants to sign up right now, you get a 7-day free trial that's already attached to my monthly package. So you get to try out for 7 days without really having to spend any money. So if those 7 days don't work out for you, you can always back out of it. Or if we make you enough money to keep the subscription going, my goal is to help everybody profit enough to cover the subscription cost, hopefully weekly. So you're not worrying about paying that $15 a whole month because you're making more than that every week. So yeah, we're trying. I believe right now we're at 19 positive weeks out of 24 total weeks this year. Um,
Oh,
five losing weeks, it's going to happen. If people out there are showing you that they're never losing, they're hiding behind a curtain. I know there are cappers out there that have thousands of subscribers, and they're sticking with them for a reason. But there's no way some of these guys are winning every single day, but they make it look like it. I'm just not going to be like that. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to tell you when we have a bad day. It just happens. Yesterday we went 0-4. We had a half unit play out there as well to take a risky shot. It didn't hit. Yeah, we went down 3.5 units yesterday, but I'm looking for a big bounce back today. We went 7-1 earlier in this week, so there's no reason why we can't keep that up. So, the last couple weeks it's been kind of an up and down, but I think we'll be right back in the mix today. Tomorrow, we've got a good slate of pitchers going. Um, Make sure you guys go check out the free articles every day from all the different writers on bettorsinsider.com or Eat Watch Bet. You got a good roster of writers there. Mike's there making sure everybody's on their P's and Q's. And, man, it's been great writing articles for you guys. And, yeah, go check out that free article play today. It's a different one than we gave out on here. And obviously, Mike has some really nice looking K props over there as well today that I tailed. I'm excited to cash in on these tonight, man.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we're blessed to have you on the team. Wade's been writing several things for us over the last few months. Started out with college baseball, but we've got him ramped up now where he's doing almost a daily MLB free pick. So just that's over at eatwatchbet.com. Usually every morning by 9, 10 o'clock or so, he's got it ready to roll for you. Can't beat that. Another free play. He's also been really good at golf, man. He killed the US Open last week. I love it. I
Yes.
think he went 4-1. Is that right? 4-1?
Correct. Yeah. The only miss
Beat
was
that.
Scotty Scheffler not finishing top five. I mean, I knew it was a risk anyways, but had to take it.
Hell, that's hard. That's hard to believe that Scheffler finally looked human. But anyway, it's also going to have some UFC up for you. He's done really well with that too. So, guy wins in every single sport. He's a unicorn in this business. Not many people win in every single sport that they do. Obviously, his bread and butter is MLB. It's his main money maker, but he's been profitable in everything else too. So just highly recommend his service, guys. Appreciate y'all listening and tuning in, and yeah, just hope you learned something today. Our goal is to not only just give you free picks every day, but teach you a little more about baseball betting and baseball in general. But yeah, tell your friends about the shows. Share a link with them. Really trying to get this thing going. It's our first season online together. But yeah, can't wait for the weekend, man. Go Braves! Let's go. Boom.
Yeah, man, let's have a good one. I appreciate everybody joining us today. We'll be back in action on Tuesday with you guys. We're looking forward to doing this on Tuesdays and Fridays now. Tuesdays is a lot better slate than Mondays. Half the time Mondays has 6 or 7, 8 games. Tuesdays gives us a full slate. Usually it's a wacky card. So those are the days we're looking to continue to do the show. So yeah, looking forward to doing some more, man. Hope that everybody has a great weekend. Hope you guys can cash out on some of these tickets, and best of luck to everybody.
Be good. Boom.